Hi children, yesterday we discussed about the cell, right? So what is a cell? Cell is a building block of living things, or cell is a basic structure of living things, or cell is a functional and structural unit of living organisms. So all living organisms, cell is a main functional part. So cells are the basic building blocks of living things. In human body is composed of trillions of cells. And cells are basic structure of all living things. Cells provide structure to body and take nutrients from food and carry out important functions. So our cell contain a number of functional structures called organelles. So what these organelles do? These organelles contains making proteins, processing chemicals, generating energy for the cell. Once the energy is generated to the cell, and that will be transformed to the body, so that we'll get the energy. And nucleus is based at the center of the nucleus cell. So in the cell, which organelle is in the center? Nucleus. And it is a control room for the cell. Which is a control room for the cell is nucleus. And genome is found within the nucleus. What is genome? The genetic material which is present, that is found within the nucleus. So who discovered the cell? The cell was first discovered and named by Robert Hooke. This is very important, children. Remember, who discovered the cell? Robert Hooke discovered the cell in 1665. In 1665, Robert Hooke discovered the cell. And he remarked that it looked strangely similar to cellular or small rooms. Thus deriving the name, however, Hooke actually saw the dead cell walls of plant cells as it appeared under the microscope, and he discovered the other organelles present in the cell. So these are the other scientists who discovered the cells. Anton von Leeuwenhoek. He is a Dutch scientist, and Robert Hooke looked at the cork under a microscope. And Matthias Kilden, he discovered that plants are made up of cells. And Theodore Schwann discovered that animals are made up of cells. See, Robert Hooke discovered the cell, and Kilden, he discovered plants are also made up of cells. And Schwann also discovered that animals are made up of cells. And Rudolph also discovered that cell is a important unit of living organisms. Next, so as we discussed that what are the types of cells, those are present in the nucleus. In nucleus we have genome, which is a genetic material which passes from one generation to other generation. So here, if you discuss about the cell, a cell contains a piece of cork. And observing a cell-like structure. However, the cells were dead and gave no indication to overall components of the cell. That means the cells were dead. So when you observe under the microscope, that is a piece of cork of plant cell, when you observe that under a microscope, it is a cell-like structure, but the cells were dead. That is, it has not given any indication that what are the components present in a cell, that is cell organelles, that is cell organelles, because he took a dead plant cork, that is piece of cork after looking that, but he named the cell is a basic unit of living organisms and with their own specialized function. Each cell is having a own specialized functions. And cells are basic structure of all living organisms. Cell provides structure for the body. Cells provide structure for the body, take in the nutrients from food and carry out important functions. Cells together form tissues. Tissues together form organs such as heart and brain, and these organs together form organ system. Heart, brain, kidney, liver, stomach. So these are all what? Organs. These organs form living organism. These organs will form organisms. Our cells contain a number of functional structures called organelles. What are the functional structures? That each organelle is different and each organelle perform different functions. That is why cells are having their own specialized function in the cell. Each organelle, that is each component, performs different functions, and these organelles carry out many tasks: synthesis of proteins, synthesis of vitamins, synthesis of fatty acids, synthesis of energy, taking of nutrients, generating a gene, and that will be passed from one generation to another generation. And here one more is control room of the cell, nucleus. What is that? Nucleus, which is present in the middle of the cell, and genome is found within the cell, and tomorrow next class we are going to study about the cell organelles. What are the cell organelles that are present in the body? Cell body, that is cell body, cell organelles. Children, please take out the textbook, and till then what happened in your subjects and what the videos were uploaded, please carry on, follow that. Please open your textbook and then read so that you can understand, otherwise it is very difficult. Okay, I am insisting you once again, saying that please take out your book and then read. Then it will be very easy. Okay, children? Thank you.